What's up, folks? This is another edition of Drunk Reviews. I'm totally hammered this time. Okay, I actually didn't drink it all this time. This is the homie Tom. You've probably seen me in his videos from previous excursions and exchanges. So
what's going on?
Yep. I guess let's just dive right into it.
Sure.
Child's Play, a remake that we all didn't want or need. Any general thoughts you have thus far on the remake world?
I mean, it's not hard to say. I think it's just one of those things where you're like, why'd you need to do it?
Yeah.
But then again, I feel like it's the Disney effect where it's like they're doing the Lion King, they're doing the Aladdin and all that stuff. Because I think they're just trying to continue the copyright or renew their copyrights or whatever. Yeah. So they just keep pumping out these videos. Aside from the fact that it's a cash cow.
Yeah.
I guess. So Orion Pictures is behind Chucky, and I think it was in the 80s or so. Or
yeah.
The whole film franchise.
At minimum for the first two, I assume.
At least, yeah. And I think this is just like they have like MGM. What was the last MGM movie you've seen? I guess GoldenEye, not GoldenEye, 007.
Yeah.
Those MGMs. So they really don't have a lot of shit going on for them. So it's like, all right, we need to reprise something. How can we make more money before we go bankrupt?
Let's find an angle to produce some junk.
Yeah.
And that perfectly explains the casting. They have all these sort of, not necessarily big names, but up-and-comers that are catching the eyes of the younger audience.
Yeah.
Which is why these kids are in it.
Well, and that brings us to, like, the point. Okay, so in other words, to answer Damien's question, what do I think of the Chucky trailer? I think it looks
back
pretty
to the whole point.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty fucking ass. But
the point at hand, yeah. I'm gonna have to go ahead and agree with this guy here. The trailer is just random, all over the place. The only good things that I thought stuck out was one actor, which is the dude from Atlanta who plays Paperboy. Other than that, I don't see anything that's drawing me in to go, wow, I gotta see this.
Yeah.
I will say, and I know you disagree with me on this one, I'm 100% on board for Mark Hamill as the Chucky voice.
No, I'm aboard of that.
Oh, okay, maybe somebody else lied to me.
What a fucking liar. No, I'm totally aboard. I like Mark Hamill. I think it actually makes sense that he's built his career around voice acting.
Yeah, and he's there's something like in terms of that, I have no doubt that he will kill it.
Of course.
But at the same time, with many films, there's so many parts where you can't lead a whole film with just that one good notion.
Yeah.
It could still be like you could have one of the best actors in your films, and the film still sucks ass completely. So.
Of course, yeah. When I heard that he was doing the voice acting for it, just hearing him do like his interpretation of the Joker during the animated series, right? Am I right in saying?
Mm-hmm. Which became his.
Became his. And so you have a little bit of that kind of quality to Chucky a little bit, but it made sense. This dude just got years of experience. So I know this time around, even though Chucky looks fucking stupid.
Yeah, CGI garbage, pretty much.
But at least I know the voice. At least Chucky himself is all the lines, as terrible as I know they're gonna be. At least they'll be delivered in such a menacing, good Mark Hamill way. So
right.
That's worth. The main star is, I guess, would be something to look forward to. Which I think in that end I'm not worried about. It's just when you have people like Aubrey Plaza, where I can't, nothing against her. I just don't like her, so I do have something.
Another thing
her.
we could agree on. Yeah. She's a talented actress, but I just can't stand her face, and that's.
I just can't stand anything. She's just such a fucking.
She's a package of what I don't like. You know?
She's just so stiff, like wooden, and I mean, like you were saying earlier, like you hope she dies.
Yeah, I mean, I know
in the movie, always dies quick into the movie.
Disclaimer: we're not wishing death on her yet.
Cross name Fox on my spare.
But it sucks because the original, we know that the mom, who's from Seventh Heaven, right? Is that what she was in? I think that's the mom from Seventh Heaven.
Is that the mom from
I believe
Seventh
it is.
Heaven?
Yeah.
The blonde one?
Yeah, that's her.
No shit.
So she pretty much survived that. I think they chalked it up. They didn't get her for the sequel.
Seventh Heaven?
she survived the pedophile that she was working as the husband.
Oh shit, that's right. He was a pedophile.
Yeah.
That's Seventh Heaven for you. WB11.
So she got written they pretty much wrote her out of the sequel.
Oh wait, we're talking about Seventh Heaven mom in the early Chucky.
Yeah. And Chucky
Sorry,
number 1.
I thought you were talking about now. I was like,
no.
See that in the trailer.
So
that's right, she is in that. Yeah.
Pretty much, she's written out of Child's Play 2, but I'm wondering if maybe they won't even go that sort of mimic route and they'll just kill off Aubrey Plaza. But that's what I'm hoping for, regardless.
I hope so. I don't know.
I hope it'll be refreshing, but I doubt it's going to be a refreshing movie.
I don't think she's going to die. I think she's going to be almost there, and then the kid comes in. And you know what? Segueing that into the kids really quick. One thing I worry about is, I don't know what your opinion on the It movie, the movie It.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
I wasn't a fan.
Right? I think, did we see that together? No, we didn't see that together. But
no, we did not. But we left with we communicated after the fact, and we pretty much had the same consensus of why we didn't appreciate it. I recall.
And so when they were like from the producers of It, all right, fine, but like it's one of these things where, something catches on, it makes a lot of money, and they try 100%. To tag onto that formula.
I was actually about to mention that right before you said that. I was going to say that there's a sort of camaraderie.
Kids,
Stranger Things, It sort of gather the kids together, because if you watch the end of the trailer, there's a scene where all the kids gather and they're like, we're gonna get them together because nobody else can do that, and it's just like, but we've seen this. You're beginning to beat a dead horse over something that was great at the beginning.
100%. It's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
it's gonna burn out Stranger Things. Stranger Things was the first season phenomenal. Second season I personally don't think it wasn't as good. It's beginning to sort of exhaust.
Because
and with this,
there's too many other things that are mimicking
exactly.
It. And I know Stranger Things is mimicking, I guess, Goonies and all that other stuff, but
which are classics and great.
Nothing was happening before Stranger Things,
right?
And I 100% agree with you.
And it refreshed the horror genre in that essence. But as with everything like that,
Pet Sematary just came out. It's the same bullshit with the kids. This movie now. I don't know, I feel like there's something else I know I'm missing where they had a band of kids together to battle some evil. I don't know.
Something. I'm not drawing a.
I don't know. I'm sure it's.
I'm drawing a blank.
Whatever it is, but I know it's there. And the point is, it's like once you start seeing the kids band together to fight off Chucky, and then fucking Chucky he's an app now that has a security camera.
Well, that's the other point I wanted to make, just off of the same mimicking other things. This movie just seems an essence of a lot of that. Like, it's mimicking Terminator. It's mimicking sort of what was it?
Your friend said it was a mix of.
Oh yeah, it's a mix of. I forgot how he put it. It's a mix of Terminator, iRobot, and some other pretty much that same sort of. That same circle. I forget. I can't.
Well, anyway, but he made a great point, because that's. I get it. This is a newer generation. You have to kind of cater to it.
Right.
Your storylines.
Which same catering to. Sorry to cut you off there, but the jump scares in the trailer. You already know you're going to get the obnoxious, the modern trope for every horror movie now, which annoys the shit out of me. You're going to get jump scares galore for God knows what reason. Granted, sometimes they're used great. Bad example would be It, because they're just annoying in that movie. Yeah. But there are movies where the jump scares, you feed right into it, like in A Quiet Place or one of those films, and it gets you. But like this one, it just seems like more crap to like up the scare for like no payoff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I agree. I mean, if I had to say, hey, let's do a prediction on Rotten Tomatoes score. Not to say too that Rotten Tomatoes is the end-all be-all of judging movies. It's just. But I know like Metacritic for like video games, it becomes like a huge big deal, because veering off for a second, like Metacritic, apparently a lot of companies give you bonuses if you make like 70 and above, or if you like make a Metacritic score of like 80 and above.
Yeah.
All the people who created the games get like a bonus, and if you don't, it's kind of like, well, you got paid, but your normal salary, but like, go fuck yourself. So like some people live and breathe. And Rotten Tomatoes, even though it's an aggregator, whatever you call it, however you say that, website.
They pretty much accumulate, and
I've been following them for a long time now, and
I've been doing the same.
Yeah, and a lot of times I agree with them, a lot of times I don't, and I think for this one, I have a good feeling we'll probably be on the same page. And if I had to guess a Rotten Tomato score, I would probably give it a 37.
I'm going to school. Maybe later you'll be a bit more rational.
I'm 37. I just
Goodbye, Dante.
Yeah, I was gonna sort of balk, because the way I look at Rotten Tomatoes, it's like a spectrum that I sort of follow, and there's always sort of like if something's in the 70s, I know it's gonna sort of be a debatable one within like the audience and myself. Yeah. So like, perfect example, Interstellar had a 70% range, and I love that movie. But that to me, I know that's where it's going to be a debate. Like some people like it, some people don't. But then once you start dropping the number down lower, you kind of get a better idea of like, wow, this is where they went wrong with the film. And
Well, Dunkirk got like a 90 something, and I know we.
ah,
were crazy
and
about it.
I did not like it. I thought it was
Another video,
visually,
another
yeah,
time.
visually great, but not a good movie. But that's
Yeah, that's another story. But yeah, I would say 37. What would you say?
I'd probably go as far to maybe give it in the 40s, but I don't think it'll pass 40 something.
40 something.
Maybe
Okay.
mid 40s the most, if it even gets there. I will tell you this: the one reason I will probably actually go see it would be the guy I mentioned before, Brian Tyree Henry, because he's an up and comer and he's great. Everything he's graced in, he's been great in. But like I said about Mark Hamill before, you can't depend on just that one character to lead the film, especially since he's not even a main character. So it's like I will see it for his sake to support him, but other than that factor, I'm just doing that because it's gonna suck.
Oh, I couldn't agree. No, I agree more. I was telling Damien I probably wouldn't see it until it comes out on, DVD or
If you,
streaming, Netflix or some bullshit. Because there's some movies that I know are gonna be bad, like Hellboy, the new one.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be shitty, but
that looks like
It's a
it could
guilty
have,
pleasure.
yeah, and there's a level of entertainment value to it that I would make time to see that
absolutely.
one. This one I don't really fully
I think
see
it's gonna
that
take
drive.
itself not to take itself a little too seriously, but I think at this point in time, it's like I don't find anything in the trailer to feel too cheesy, like guilty pleasure sort of. I feel like Hellboy looked like shit and looked goofy.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I know this is gonna probably be bad, but that's why I want to go see it, as opposed
Right.
to just chucking me where I think it's gonna just try to be like catered to the first one, where it was not meant to be silly at all. It was meant to be like
Yeah.
a true horror, and then
Exactly.
it veered off later on to be something.
And then it just
funny.
became the sort of comical,
Yeah,
like
and I
make
think-
fun of notion.
And I think they're bringing this back and take down and wrap it up with the kids situation, Aubrey Plaza, and
Yeah.
and all the other stuff. I'm like, and the trailer just doesn't look good and seems, like we said, very generic. Like we kind of know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
I'm gonna pass it. I know you say you'll probably see it.
I
to
might take the
support.
time. I may not rush to the theater to see it, but I might take the time to go see it in the theater. Hopefully, as I always like try to say, maybe we're wrong. Maybe there's a potential that it'll be good.
We're always room for
But I'm holding
surprises.
back laughter because I know it's not going to be. So, we'll see.
How about I'll end it with this. You go see it. You tell me how it is.
Yeah, leave a comment, even though I've took comments off in the videos. But share my
Oh, you
video and
found
talk shit.
my-
Yeah, I stole that idea from him. So, but share it and say that we were 100% wrong, or share it and be like, wow, these guys were on the money. But
And if we end up I think it's coming out next month.
I
Soonish,
forget the
right?
date.
All right,
We'll
whenever.
throw it on at the end of the video just so you guys know.
Cool. But if we, well, it'll be down here somewhere, just to give you a guide. But if
Oh, right.
if we're right on our Rotten Tomato score, you guys got to hit the subscribe button for this man.
That's fair. That's
and
fair.
Get him more, get that shit going. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna get my likes up for the past 10 years up to 12. I guarantee you.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, awesome, man. Thank you for having me aboard.
And thanks for coming. We'll probably see me pop up in a couple of his videos soon, and vice versa. So, and we're always releasing shit as well. Time for the plug. We're working on vids as always, but we'll get to that some other day. There'll be another video.
Another video, another day.
All right.
Sweet, man.
Peace.
Peace.